gold, ability materials, gear, training materials. I have hoarded all of these, and now I will use them to build the characters and teams. I am Dogbert. I will be your guide on this journey as we try to discover if they are worth it. Hello and welcome to Worth It. I am Dogbert. This is where I review a character or team, in this case character, and let you know what they're worth building and how high you should take them, and what I think the pros and cons are, along with some suggestions on T4s and ISOs. Today, I needed to rush this one out a little bit, still testing more, but obviously if I'm rushing it out, you probably already know the answer to it, and what it's going to be, if he's worth it or not, and that's Spider-Man 2099. So, with having said all this, let's take a look at his pros and cons. First, his pros. He has speed up on spawn if Spider-Weaver is actually there, and this is absolutely huge. It's on spawn, meaning that is 50% speed on spawn immediately. He's 127 speed without speed up. With speed up, we're talking like 190 speed here. This is doing quick math off the top of my head. It's actually 50% of 127. You know, you get the idea. It's 60 something. Yeah, you get the idea. He only really needs one T4 actually to be useful. That is his passive, just to give him extra focus. As we'll look into his cons, you'll see why. He's a pain in the ass in Crucible, along with Spider-Weaver. Quite honestly, Crucible is very important, and this is a Cosmic Crucible character who's very important. But this is not what makes him worth it. It helps add to his value, but there's more to it. He has a turn 1 ability block if you choose to use the special. Now this can be gigantic because, like I said, he's incredibly fast. He's faster than like even Zemo is. So he could ability block somebody right out the gate, but his lower focus does hurt him on this part. Which brings us to the next one. His ultimate is absolutely insane. It's a team-wide speed down and defense down, plus hitting for some damage. Plus, feeling Speedbar Entangled Warriors. We'll go over that a little bit more once we look at him in game and some footage of him. He's actually pretty cheap to gear, too. If you want to take this character gear 16, it's not at all bad. There's only 3 teal pieces total. That's including that mini unique of his. So he's actually pretty easy to gear up. His cons. He really does need to be Spider-Weaver to be present in order to work correctly. Get those extra buffs. Spider-Man Noir is kind of the third of the 3, but whatever. He needs it. His prolonging negative effects, which would be absolutely insane if he did it outside of Cosmic Crucible, but it's tied to Crucible only. Another reason why he's such a pain in the ass in Cosmic Crucible, especially when teamed up with Spider-Weaver. And his focus is low. That is probably his limiting factor, is his focus. Like I said, he has those nice ability blocks, and his ultimate is insane with those debuffs, but his focus is low, so you can pretty much guess which ISO I'm going to be running on him. So, is Spider-Man 2099 worth it? Well, let's take a look at what he's worth so far that we know of. Cosmic Crucible. Absolutely. He's one of the biggest pain in the asses there is, along with Spider-Weaver. He is really shaking that up, just like they said he would. Raids? I doubt it. I haven't actually tested or tried him in raids, but I really don't see a place for him. Spider-Weaver cannot go with him in raids, so it would just be him by himself. I mean, he does have a Spider-Verse tag, but are we really going to run Symbiote Spider-Man and Doom 3.4 just to make this guy work a little bit better? I don't think so. Arena. We'll come back to that. War. Yeah, they're pretty good in War too. You might be wondering why I skipped Arena. You're going to see a video of why. And Dark Dimension, I haven't actually gotten to test him out in Dark Dimension, whether or not he's going to be good enough for it. He is a city character, so that is something to consider. But I need to slog back through DD5, and I can test him in DD4, but we'll see. That one's to be determined. So overall, I do think he is worth it. And suggested gear level for him is G15 level 90. Does he need G16? No. Could he use it? Yes, he does get gets a bit of a damage boost to it. Of course, more focus, which he could always use. But with the Gamma team being all bio and needing a lot of teal gear for that, you might not have the gear to take him to gear 16. Now, there's some people like me who are insane and have lots of teal gear who have taken him to gear 16. But we'll get into that in a few minutes as well. So first, let's go and talk about his T4s and ISO by going into the game. And here he is, my Spider-Man 2099. You know, I had a few thousand cores laying around. I got him to 4 stars. I pulled a 5 on him. So hopefully, come the end of this month, I'll have a 5 at least. And you can see I only have the 1 T4 in him. Just to mostly get this focus for self and Tangled Web allies. The fact that we get damage reduction in Cosmic Crucible as Spider-Weaver is present is just more icing on the cake. Now, another T4 which I'm highly considering is definitely on his ultimate. An extra 100% damage to all enemies, plus 2 turns of slow and 2 turns of defense down. Absolutely crazy. Definitely looking into this. Now, what makes this so crazy, this whole ultimate, which I didn't talk about yet? If the primary target has death proof, you get 2 death proof to yourself and all allies. Doesn't matter if they're Tangled Web or not, all allies get death proof. 2 of them. This is nuts. You're going to attack them all for 200% damage. You can see why you want some more damage. That 100% would be nice. Clearing 3 random effects, plus applying that slow and defense down. Like I said, the T4 makes this 2 turns of slow and defense down. Now here's a big thing. Fill the speed bar by 20% for self and all Tangled Web allies. I said you have to run them with Spider-Weaver. What is she? Tangled Web. What is she? Incredibly fast. You see where I'm going with this? Oh, then it gets even worse. If you're in Crucible, and why you'd want to run him as Raider inside a Crucible, that's for sure. On crit, prolong the duration of all negative effects, stun, ability block, and trauma. And he prolongs the duration of all bleeds. So I can definitely see why you would want to run Raider on him in Cosmic Crucible. But I think outside of Cosmic Crucible, we're going to be wanting to run Skirmisher. And in the days where Blue ISO 3 is very easy to get, it's fine to have both and just switch back and forth. As you can see, I am running a Blue ISO 3 Skirmisher on him, just because I need the extra focus. You can see his focus only at 19,000 something, not that great in the era of really high resistance. And you also see why too. And here is the special, also pretty good. Only a 3-turn cooldown. It is an ability block, another reason why you want more focus. But it protects primary targets are 250%. It flips offense up, plus it applies a bleed. You also get offense up for 2 turns to 2 random allies, and it prioritizes Tangled Web allies. In Crucible, extending stuff again. I can see why on crit, why you want the Raider inside a Crucible, but once again outside. This is also looks like an interesting T4 that might be more of a luxury. Another 100% damage. It could be very valuable in that he is attacking adjacent targets as well. And finally, last but not least, his basic is actually quite good as well. He attacks primary target 200% damage, clears 2 random positive effects. So that means if you had Skirmisher on him too, and there was already a vulnerable on that, you could clear even more positive effects. You could really be stripping some things off. Plus you're getting a defense down and bleed. Then he chains to another target. Again, I see why Raider is so popular. And he clears 2 random positive effects plus bleed. Again, here's the on crit stuff. So absolutely, Raider inside Cosmic Crucible, Skirmisher outside. And yes, you're probably wondering, why did I bring him all the way up to gear 16? Like I said, I'm insane, I have the gear. I have plenty of teal gear. So I could do that. But there's one other thing. Remember, I didn't want to really talk about the arena, but I had a checkbox next to that. Maybe now it's time to show you why. And here we are in an arena fight against the infamous Dormhold. We have Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Weaver, Rogue, Red Hulk, and Dormammu. As you can see, I wasn't really sure what I was doing yet. I don't have the moves memorized yet for him yet. I was trying to figure out, do I want to do the ability block, or do I want to do the ultimate and get the speed downs? The 20% speed bar makes it no ifs, ands, or buts. You want that. Because look who goes second now, before even Red Hulk gets a turn. That's right, Spider-Weaver. And what does she do once she gets that turn? Oh, that's right, she gets her charges. And now they get to miss. Now, don't forget that Spider-Man 2099 is a controller, so if Morgan Le Fay actually got her ability off and actually could hit us, he would get ability blocked. But he would be the only controller on this team. As you can see now, we have ran out of that. We took the revive once off of Wong because we already know we're going to get stuck behind him. So we're going to control him a bit more with Rogue. Rogue comes in very handy, being a very good tank. We didn't get the stun on Morgan there with Dormammu, so we try again with Rogue, and she does land that stun. I do run Rogue as Skirmisher. There Dormammu goes, he gets his charges. That's not too big of a deal, it's kind of annoying. Now we have the ability block available to us. We're going to give it a shot. No such luck, but that doesn't matter. We have Spider-Weaver. Don't forget, she's going to pass out those buffs that she has, including those death proofs, back to him to help more survivability. And again, she had charge. Now Strange misses. Now Wong finally actually is the first one to actually get some hits in, along with Agatha there, but they're just punching into a Rogue who has immunity. Now Red Hulk is going. I always put Red Hulk next to Rogue because you want Red Hulk to get hit to get those charges. And you get his ability out there, his ultimate. As you can see already, Red Hulk has got his charges now, thanks to Dormhold. Goodbye, Wong. And now they have to deal with the Red Hulk battlefield effect. Now, there's nothing we can do about the Strange ultimate. He does kill Spider-Weaver, Red Hulk, and Rogue the first time. But that's pretty much it for them now. Wong is already gone. Red Hulk's done his job, actually. But he does survive. My Red Hulk is a 5/5. Up here comes Dormammu to save the day. Heal us all up. Now we have Red Hulk available again. We already killed Strange once and Agatha once. Now we can get rid of Morgan's revive once. Oh, here comes Spider-Weaver again. Don't forget, every time that somebody on the Tangled Web gets hit, she gets ability energy. Again, more of that nice synergy between the two. As you can see, Morgan missing again because of Spider-Weaver. I do like to run that Striker on Red Hulk, which comes in handy. That extra hit knocks out Strange. Now we're just knocking out their Morgan. No, we ended up killing Dormammu. We did lose 2099 at the end there, but it was a fairly easy victory. And now you can know why I have that check mark next to Arena. So that's going to wrap it up today for this Worth It on Spider-Man 2099. I definitely think he's worth it. And if you maybe got, I don't know, a few thousand cores laying around because Scopely screwed up, you might want a core for this guy. He is definitely worth it. Until next time, everybody.